Olá, boa tarde.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Sakamoto. Do you know what a typhoon is? Hello, I'm Oliveris Yoshi. Typhoons are not frequent in Brazil, but high-intensity typhoons hit Japan every year and cause damage. The 18th typhoon struck SHIGA last September and left 10 victims and 1,264 houses damaged and severely affected the local infrastructure.
Deixou 10 vítimas e 1.264 casas com estragos, além de afetar gravemente a infraestrutura local.
Let's have a look at this. Over the last 30 years, from 1981 to 2010, 26 typhoons formed per year on average, of which 11 were within about 300 kilometers from the Japanese coast, and 3 hit the country. The typhoon season is from July to October.
Do mês de julho a outubro é a temporada de tufões. É o período de formação, aproximação e chegada.
We need to be warned against typhoons. We will present some suggestions on how to protect yourselves from natural disasters. Today, we'll focus on the procedures for preparing for typhoons, tornadoes, and lightning. Let's start by talking about typhoons.
Contra tufões, tornados e raios. Vamos começar falando de tufões.
Every year, typhoons cause great damage. We can mitigate and reduce damage by knowing the characteristics of typhoons. I asked about the characteristic of a typhoon at Hikone Local Meteorological Office. What weather phenomenon is a typhoon? A typhoon is a type of storm of low atmospheric pressure that forms in warm seas. This air mass of low atmospheric pressure is called a tropical cyclone. When the tropical cyclone develops and the wind in the central part exceeds 17 meters per second, it comes to be called a typhoon. This is an image of 8th typhoon this year. I can see the swirl of clouds clearly. The typhoon joins the next cumulonimbus clouds and then forms a whirlpool. The warm and moist air went toward the typhoon flow causes heavy rain in Okinawa. The wind and moist air even went in throughout the typhoon and caused torrential rain for a short period on the 9th in Shiga. The wind was very strong in Okinawa and Kyushu, wasn't it? Yes, typhoons are one of the phenomena that causes significant damage. It's mainly characterized by extremely strong wind and torrential rain. Typhoon brings heavy clouds and causes rain in large areas over a long period. This photo shows the damage caused by the rain of the 18th typhoon in 2013. The whole region is covered with water. Let us introduce some measures to prevent damage from typhoons. Let's start from the outside of the house. Close the windows and shutters tightly and strengthen them if necessary. Clean gutters and ditches to facilitate water drainage. Fasten the objects that may be blown by the wind or place indoors. Prepare against typhoons in advance. When typhoons are close, it will be too late. Now, let's see what we can do indoors. Check the emergency kit. Attach shatterproof film on windows. Keep curtains and blinds down in case blown objects fly into the windows. Store drinking water and fill the tub with water for general use in case supply is interrupted. Pay attention to the weather information from TV and radio. Also check the weather and typhoon information, which is constantly updated on the local meteorological office site. As we don't experience typhoons in Brazil, you could be scared, but it's important to prepare against typhoons.
É meio assustador, mas o importante é estar preparado. Você não acha?
There are a lot of things we can prepare.
Coisa que a gente pode se preparar, não acha?
Do you remember shelter? We talked about this on this program in May. It's important to know where your shelter is and how to get there in case you need to evacuate. If you're not sure about it, ask the city hall or town hall where you live.
Conferindo o local do abrigo mais próximo de sua casa e o caminho para chegar lá com segurança. Quem não souber onde é o abrigo, pergunte à prefeitura da cidade onde mora.
We will see some tips on what to do when we are hit by a storm, when we are away from home.
Por uma tempestade quando estivermos fora de casa ou na rua.
When the winds blow strong, trees could fall, and the winds blow several things. Protect your head with your bag and go in a nearby building.
Proteja a cabeça com a bolsa e procure abrigo em alguma construção firme por perto. Não se aproxime
Don't go
de
near
rios,
rivers as
porque
they can
eles podem
overflow.
transbordar. Se estiver dirigindo, procure
If you are driving a
lugar
car,
alto
go
e
somewhere
elevado.
up high. If the
Se
engine
por
stops
acaso
in the
o
water,
carro
get
parar
out of the
dentro
car
da
and
água,
run away.
abandone-o e procure abrigo.
Now,
Estamos
typhoon
entrando
season
na
is coming.
temporada de
Let's be
tufões,
careful.
então vamos tomar cuidado. Continuando o tema
We
de
continue
hoje,
today's theme, how to
como
protect
nos
ourselves from natural
proteger
disasters. Let's talk
de
about
desastres
tornadoes.
naturais, agora vamos falar sobre Tatsumaki, ou tornado.
I have heard of tornado on the news, but I am not sure what it is. I asked about it at Hikone Local Meteorological Office.
O assunto no Observatório Meteorológico Regional em Hikone.
What is the weather phenomenon tornado? Have a look at this. A tornado is a very active eddy that forms due to the presence of developed cumulonimbus clouds. Cumulonimbus clouds are formed due to strong currents of rising air. They form upright like mountains. The area where they cover it gets dark and tornado occurs under them. As tornadoes are violently rotating swirls, winds are very strong. Electricity poles and trees on the street can fall over in tornadoes. And the roof tiles and even the roof can blow off the house. Cars and trucks can be blown. It is very dangerous. Tornadoes can occur in Shiga too. Yes, a tornado occurred on June 18, 2009 in Shiga. Other meteorological phenomena, much like tornadoes called downburst and wind gust, occurred 8 times in the last 50 years. They also occurred between June to September, overlapping with the typhoon season. Did the tornado cause damage in 2009? There was no damage over a wide range, but roof tiles blew off the houses. Is there any sign when tornadoes occur? Yes, if you notice developed cumulonimbus clouds approaching, please be careful. Dark clouds are approaching, it gets dark suddenly. Thunder and lightning. Cold wind is blowing. It starts raining heavy drops or hailstones. These are the signs. It doesn't mean these don't always appear. The local meteorological office announces tornado warning information and call people's attention. What is the tornado warning information? Here's a warning that the weather conditions are favorable to the formation of tornadoes. Check the condition and evacuate as soon as possible. We will present some tips on what to do when tornadoes are approaching. Enter or hide behind a sturdy building. When you are indoors, stay in a room without windows on the ground floor. Close windows and curtains and stay away from the windows. Hide under a table or a desk and shrink and protect your head. It's difficult to avoid damages to buildings caused by tornadoes, but it's possible to take care to protect the safety of yourself. Please check the weather conditions and evacuate as soon as possible. Tornadoes are scary too. It's important to evacuate as soon as possible when tornadoes or typhoons are coming.
Tanto no caso dos tufões quanto dos tornados, não é?
On the local meteorological office site, we can see the degree of occurrence of tornadoes in a page called Nowcast. The possibility of occurrence of gusts is represented by color. Yellow means 1 to 5% chance of occurrence, and red means 5 to 10%. As this information is refreshed every 10 minutes, it's useful to check the latest situation.
Vermelho de 5 a 10%. Essas informações são atualizadas em intervalos de 10 minutos, oferecendo sempre informações em tempo real, que pode ser muito úteis.
We are still on how to protect ourselves from natural disasters. Finally, let's talk about lightning. I asked about lightning too. In Japan, there is a proverb that says, "When lightning has come, hide your belly buttons." In Brazil, a proverb says, "No lightning hits on fallen trees." Anyway, we hear lightning is likely to hit you when you are wearing metal. Is this true? What are the favorable weather conditions for lightning? Thunder and lightning occur due to the presence of the cumulonimbus clouds, same as typhoons and tornadoes. Big dark clouds are dangerous. When the atmospheric conditions are unstable, these clouds occur. The same conditions as tornadoes are likely to occur. I heard lightning hits you more often when you are wearing metal. Is this true? No, it doesn't matter if you are wearing metal or not. Lightning is likely to hit somewhere high. As an open space, it could hit people. Be careful when you play sports outdoors. Lightning usually hits trees, but it could transfer to a person from the tree. This phenomenon is called indirect lightning hit. Every year there are accidents involving death due to the indirect lightning hit. People say we can judge how far lightning is by counting the interval between lightning and thunder. Is this correct? The sound travels about 340 meters per second. If you hear thunder 10 seconds after lightning, it means it's about 3.4 kilometers away. You might think it's far enough, but that's wrong. Lightning generally hits in an area 5 to 6 kilometers from the cumulonimbus cloud center. Therefore, the moment you hear the thunder, you are already in the risk area.
雷が落ちやすいのは積乱雲の中心から半径5から6キロメートル以内です。この場合、音が聞こえた時点でそこはもう危険範囲に入っているということになります。
I didn't know that. Is there a season in which lightning are more frequent?
はい。
Yes, let's take a look at the monthly number of lightning damage from strikes. According to the data from the local meteorological office, report during the 7 years from 2005 to 2011, the amount of damage from lightning was 932 times. 30% occurred in August, 60% occurred from July to September, which overlaps with the typhoon season too. We should take care of typhoons, tornadoes, and lightning. That's right. Let's see what we can do to protect ourselves from lightning. When you hear thunder, you need to seek shelter immediately. Even if the thunder is far, lightning clouds are coming closer soon. If you are outdoors, seek somewhere safe. Evacuate to a car or in a building. You get in a building or vehicle with a roof. It's very dangerous. Stay under trees to avoid the rain. There is a risk of indirect lightning hit as we talked about. Stay more than 4 meters away from trees and electric poles. Seek shelter indoors as soon as possible. When lightning is expected, the local meteorological office calls attention to it via the weather forecast or lightning warning. It's important to check the weather information in advance to protect yourself from damage of lightning. On the local meteorological office site, we can see the possibility of occurrence of lightning, which is called nowcast, same as tornado nowcast. The degree of activity 4 is intense lightning, which means a lot of lightning is occurring. The degree of activity 3 is relatively intense lightning, which means lightning is occurring. The degree of activity 2 is there is lightning, which means we can see lightning or hear thunder, or there is no lightning at the moment but may occur at any time. The degree of activity 1 is the possibility of lightning, which means at the moment there is no presence of lightning, but there is the possibility that lightning occurs within an hour. When the possibility of occurrence of lightning is between 2 to 4, the risk is imminent. Seek shelter inside buildings or secure places as soon as possible. We have learned a lot today.
Bastante coisa mesmo, né?
Realmente, a gente
We have to be
sempre
aware
pensa muito
of
como
changes in the weather.
né?
É verdade. E apesar de vermos os
Despite seeing the news
noticiários,
images of the
imagens dos
damage
danos
caused by
causados por
typhoons and
tufões
tornadoes,
e
don't you think I will
tornados,
be
será
okay?
que você nunca chegou a pensar que
That's
isso
an
nunca
illusion.
vai
Be sure to
acontecer
act to
comigo?
protect your own life. Today we
Isso pode
talked
ser uma
about how
ilusão.
to protect
Por
ourselves
isso,
from
não
natural
deixe de
disasters,
agir para
preparing for
proteger a sua
typhoons,
própria
tornadoes, and
vida.
lightning.
Hoje falamos sobre como nos proteger de desastres naturais, nos preparando para tufões, tornados e raios.
Stay tuned for more
Evite algumas
information.
informações úteis. Está sendo
SHIGA
realizado
Manabi
o Festival
Hakken.
de
The learning
Aprendizagem
festival is being held, SHIGA Manabi Hakken, aimed at
voltado
parents and
a
children
pais e
during the
filhos
summer
durante
holidays.
as férias de verão.
You can participate
Você
in
pode
various
participar
programs
de vários
divided into 5
programas
zones
divididos
under
em
the
5
theme
zonas,
Environment,
sob o
History,
tema
Health,
Ambiente,
Safety, and Life.
História,
It will be
Saúde,
on July
Segurança
29th
e
in
Vida.
Piazza Omi in Otsu,
Será no dia
and on
29
August
de
6th
julho
in
no
Bunka
Piazza Omi,
Sangyo Koryu Kaikan in
e no dia
Maibara.
6
Free
de
admission.
agosto,
Please
no
come
Bunka
join us.
Sangyo Koryu Kaikan, Salão de Intercâmbio Cultural e Comercial de Maibara, entrada gratuita. Não deixem de participar.
Marcia Nis de Nagao exhibition. The Brazilian artist Marcia Nis de Nagao will be exhibiting handicrafts and handmade dolls from August 17th to the 31st. It will be held in the entrance hall on the first floor of the Piazza Omi. Free admission, please come.
Piazza Omi, entrada gratuita. Não deixe de prestigiar. Já começou a distribuição de
Application of the
subsídios
benefits
devido ao
associated
aumento do
with
imposto
higher
sobre
consumption
consumo.
tax.
O subsídio
Application for the
excepcional
special
para famílias
benefit
com
for
filhos
families with
possui
children and the special
acrescentar
benefit welfare has
onde
begun.
procurei que o
The
Fouquinho
acceptance period and
deu o
application
subsídio
procedures vary in
excepcional
each
de
city.
bem-estar,
Please check the
vindo
city
do
office where you live
Fouquinho.
and don't forget to
O
apply.
período e forma de solicitação varia de acordo com a cidade. Confira na prefeitura de sua residência. Não se esqueça de requerer. Não percam nosso
Don't miss
próximo
our next
programa,
show on
dia
August
30
30th.
de agosto.
We will continue with the theme
Continuaremos com
How
o
to
tema
Protect
Como nos
Ourselves from
proteger
Natural
dos desastres
Disasters.
naturais.
In the second part,
Na
let's
segunda
talk about how
parte,
to
vamos
prepare
falar
for
sobre como nos
earthquakes.
preparar contra terremotos.
Para conferir os programas
You can watch our
anteriores,
previous
acesse
shows
o
on
site do
Internet
governo
TV
de
SHIGA.
e assista pelo Internet TV SHIGA. Até a próxima. Tchau, tchau.
See you.
Tchau, tchau.